welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another video. This is Nails by Jazz. My name is Jasmine, but you can always call me Jazz. So in this video, I will be talking about how you prevent lifting and how you prep for your nail enhancement. In this video, I'm just going to get very detailed about how I prep and just a few things. So if you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into the video. So as you've seen, I already pushed back the epinicium. So the epinicium basically is what I pushed back. It's not the cuticle. People actually get the cuticle and the epinicium very mistaken. They are not the same. The cuticle is a dead tissue adhered to the nail plate. The epinicium is a living tissue at the base of the nail plate. So the epinicium is what you're pushing back, and the dead skin that's around that is the cuticle. But anywho, as you see, I am actually taking my cuticle bit. I don't know exactly which this cuticle bit is called. I will definitely find it and then put like a picture up there for you guys. But in this part, I'm actually using my cuticle bit, and I'm just going around the epinicium. And when I'm going around it, I'm going around it slightly just to get the cuticle, the dead skin off of that. The dead skin off of my nail plate. I'm getting it all there, and you have to be very, very careful when you're doing this, and very, very gentle. As you see in this video, I'm actually not, it looks like I'm very harsh, but I'm actually very gentle when I'm doing this. I'm going very gently around that area, and I'm just making sure I get all that dead cuticle away from there, because if you do not, I'm trying to tell you, if you do not, you will have lifting. I can't tell you how many times when I started doing nails, my nails was lifting. It would not stop lifting. I didn't know what was going on. So I just did my research, and I figured out I wasn't prepping properly. So make sure when you prep, make sure you get that cuticle, all that dead skin away from that epinicium. I'm saying it right, y'all, because sometimes I do not be saying that word right. But make sure you're getting that cuticle away from that area. So right here, I'm actually taking my sanding band, and I'm slightly just taking the shine off of the natural nail plate. And I'm doing that slightly. I have my nail drill on the lowest setting possible, so it's not hurting her nail plate. I'm just taking the sanding band and just going over it just to take the shine away. Here I'm taking my nail clippers, the straight edge nail clippers, and I'm cutting down some of her nails just because some of them are longer than the other ones. You don't have to do this with every client, but some clients want their nails cut down, some don't. So it's usually their preference, and if they want them cut down, I'll cut them down. If they don't, I'll just leave them. So here I'm taking my Mia Secret nail dehydrator. So it's basically kind of the same step as when I was using my sanding band just to take off the shine of the nails. This is just an extra step just to make sure I didn't miss any cracks when I was using the sanding band. So it's good to use, guys. I definitely recommend getting one. Here's where I apply my tips. So as always, when I am applying my tips, I always take my tips and I measure them from sidewall to sidewall. If one of them are shorter, I get the bigger tip. And if the tip is too big for that nail, I actually file the size down so I can put perfectly on the nail. When I usually put my tips on, I go from like an angle and then press down, so there won't be no bubbles. So I always take it and I push it down from the left or the right side. Usually it's the left side, and I push down and I make sure there's no bubbles, because if there's bubbles, it can cause lifting. So that's what I usually do when I put my tips on. And I always shape them to how their nail plate is. So if they're too big, the nail tips, I do file the sides down. You always want to make sure the nail tips fit from sidewall to sidewall. That's very important. Sorry. That is very important, because you don't want them to lift, because if the nail tips are too short, they will pop up. If they're too big, they will kind of like pop off as well, because they have to be perfect. So you have to remember that when you're putting on your nail tips. I can't say perfect because everything can't be perfect, but you definitely want to make sure your nail tips are from the sidewall to sidewall. Always sidewall to sidewall, not too big, not too little, just sidewall to sidewall, and you'll be okay. And I just want to mention, y'all, stuff like this takes time, takes practice, takes patience. You're not going to get it right away. And if you do, you was born to do nails. But no, for real, you're not going to get it right away. It takes patience, it takes practice. You have to keep practicing at this. Practice makes perfect, I'm trying to tell you. Because when I started nails a year and 2 months ago. Technically a year ago, I'm pretty sure. But I was struggling in all aspects of nails. Like, I couldn't prevent the lifting. I couldn't do anything. So as long as you do your research and put in the work and put in the time, you'll do great. You'll prosper. You'll be great at doing nails. Even if you just want to do it on yourself and not even take clients. Just make sure you practice, be dedicated in what you want to do. And anything at that, because that's the goal. So at this part, I just measure the tips to make sure they're all straight and perfect and even. And then I take my tip cutter and cut down to the size that she wants. And she didn't want them too short. She wanted them kind of long. So that's how they are. And then usually at this point, I actually would take my sanding band and I will go over the indentation of where the tip meets in the natural nail. So just to blend it in with the natural nail. And actually that is the really important part when you do that, because when you put the acrylic over top of it, it'll get bumpy. So you want to always blend out your natural nail with the tips to make sure it's a flat surface for when you put on your acrylic. My phone either died or something happened why I didn't get to record that, but always make sure you do that. That is an important step. So either take your sanding band or your file and just blend them tips all together to make sure there's a flat surface. So when you put your acrylic down, it'll all be flat and it'll be perfect. But this actually is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think. If you have any ideas for my next video, any ideas of what you want to see next or what you want me to explain, please comment in the comment section. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.